out the secrets of the Dracula clan.
We are vampires.
As told by 4 vampires and 1 hideously drooling drudge. Each with their own side of the story to tell.
Vladimir Dracula. Also known as Vladdy.
Yes!
Vlad and the Chosen One. The spiritual leader of the world's vampire clans. What an honor when I, Bertrand du Fortenesa, was entrusted with guiding Vlad and fulfilling this destiny. A momentous responsibility. And one I wish to share with future vampire generations. So, I will set down here, in this journal, an account of the events that shaped Vlad's rise to glory. And how under my tutelage he was an unprecedented success. In keeping with most vampire clans, the members of the Dracula family possess the most abhorrent qualities. Backstabbing treachery.
You devious, conniving witch.
Unscrupulous craving for power. And a taste for random acts of cruelty. In short, everything you could possibly hope for in a bunch of undead, black-hearted vampires. And from this truly despicable family has arisen the Chosen One, Vladimir Dracula, a vampire with a glorious destiny. But to achieve it, it was crucial that Vlad remain focused, resolute, and immune to distraction. Some hope of that. Many obstacles have stood in the way of young Vlad's path to glory. None more so than the tightly closed covers of the fabled Book of Knowledge entrusted to my safekeeping. Vladimir Dracula, it is my solemn duty and honor to present you with the Predictum Impava. Let it circulate through every nerve and channel. Now push that power outwards towards the book.
That's it. Well done, Vladdy.
Keep going. Only the Chosen One would have the power to finally prise the book open.
At last, we'll see how you lead us into the future.
But it just wasn't happening. Very frustrating. Everything seemed to be in place to ensure the opening of the book. After all, Vlad's newly acquired psychic powers had been fine-tuned by the finest tuition the vampire world has to offer. Good work. It should have been relatively simple. You've got the raw power, I can sense it. Something's distracting you, what? The challenge for the tutor was to pinpoint exactly where the problem lay. What, or more to the point, who, was it that was starting to occupy Vlad's every waking thought?
You saved me.
And even his dreams too. I suppose I should have guessed. Vlad. The answer was the enigmatic Harfang. Or should I say breather? Or, more correctly, the treacherous two-faced slayer. For Vlad, life in the 21st century presented many challenging distractions. And his conviction that vampires and breathers could live together in peace made him especially vulnerable. Because living in peace with breathers wasn't enough. Oh, no. Vlad had to go all sentimental with this particular slayer.
If you'd like, maybe you and me could go into town. Not like on a date or anything. Unless you want to.
Are you asking me out?
No. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll meet you by the gates at 8 o'clock.
Okay. Cool.
Fortunately for Vlad, these lapses in focus were kept in check by his wise tutor, whose guidance and support were needed to stop the mightiest vampire in history from mooning about like your average love-staked breather.
You've got to be the sweetest vampire in the world.
Let's face it, there's not much competition.
Getting inside Vlad's head isn't easy. Luckily for me, he poured his heart out into a secret notebook. It's no good. I can't deny it.
It's no good. I can't deny it. Well, I could, but it won't stop this panicky, churning feeling every time I see her. Erin's different. There. I said it. Erin's special. That's not to say there haven't been other girls before.
Hey, it's my first day here. Could you show me the way to reception?
My problem has been that the dating thing and the having the Prince of Darkness for a father thing have never really gone hand in hand.
Watcha? How does this sunbed work then?
Allow me to demonstrate.
Dad, no!
Oi!
That's Delilah. She's a friend from school.
And already you've got her into a coffin. You dark horse.
Even the so-called perks never really worked out. Take Renfield's irresistible vampire perfume. Got to be a plus, right? Wrong. Wrong in so many ways.
So it turns out Delilah didn't fancy either of us.
Not yet, she doesn't.
Vlad. Let's do it.
Careful, this is really strong stuff. Great, now look what you've done.
Hey, boys.
Hey. Come on, ladies! One at a time, please!
You know what they say about too much of a good thing. Well, this is probably the kind of thing they had in mind. And things were to get worse before they got better. Or at any rate, smellier.
Hurry up!
Right, cat food, monkey droppings, rotten eggs. Which one?
Just mix them all together. Come on, Vlad, faster! Hurry up!
You two are such losers.
It's no wonder then that first dates make me anxious. Just because you're the chosen one doesn't mean you don't get pre-date nerves. And that's what happened with Erin.
This Erin was starting to become a problem, and Vlad's focus was all over the place. Given the circumstances, it may have appeared cruel, young love, etc., etc. But my task as Vlad's trusted advisor was to eliminate any distractions. Now, if that meant being ruthless, so be it.
Erin, did you get the message?
No.
Oh, well, it's about meeting Vlad. Can you meet him on the balcony instead?
Yeah, okay. Thanks.
My pleasure.
This was no time for sentiment. Opening the predictum in paver was paramount, whatever or whoever the cost.
Vlad?
Erin had led us to believe that she had been bitten and was one of us. Well, a half-fang at least. And since we hadn't discovered her true double-crossing colours at that point, I was confident that locking her on the balcony until dawn came would see this so-called vampire burnt to a crisp. Sunrise, and then your toast. Next on my agenda was manipulating Ingrid into playing her part.
I suppose you know that she's gone to see her breather ex.
Stood up because she was meeting her ex. Or so I was told by my oh-so-sinister sister.
Those half-fangs can't ever quite let go of the breather thing. It's all for the best. She'd have dumped you soon enough anyway.
And as for Vlad,
Thanks, Ingrid.
he'd get over us soon. So I thought.
Who is this ex? She never mentioned an ex.
Let the strength flow.
Why didn't she tell me herself?
You must banish all thoughts of Erin and focus.
I can't. This is doing my head in. She must have known I'd rather hear it from her. I just didn't get it. It felt like a kick in the teeth.
Vlad!
Until I discovered what was really happening. Erin?
Someone locked me out.
The sun, Vladimir, you won't make it!
I'm on fire.
I'll say.
No, really. Turns out she hadn't stood me up at all. But who would try to make it look like she had? Why did you tell Erin to meet me on the balcony?
I was passing on a message.
From who?
Ingrid.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So you don't remember telling me that Erin had gone off with her ex-boyfriend?
Yes, but I was just messing with you. It was Bertrand that told me.
No, I didn't. Now, why would you say that?
Can't you see what's right in front of you? It's Bertrand. He's the one pulling the strings around here.
You just stop lying to get yourself out of trouble.
Bertrand pulling the strings. Nice phrase. I like the sound of that. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Distractions. It's a problem. And dating while preparing to become the world's most powerful vampire doesn't bode well. To assail vampiric heights requires focus, application, and discipline. Not snogging an annoying two-faced slayer. The truth is that when Bertrand de Forteneza arrived to mentor Vlad, he discovered that a lack of discipline had been an issue throughout his formative years. Like father, like son. Hardly surprising that Vlad has such a thing for breathers when you consider the example he's been set.
Would you mind? Everything all right?
Everything is practically perfect.
No!
Let me.
A vampire castle where breathers are made perfectly welcome, and not just as snacks.
Why don't we leave you the tray?
Positively unnatural. And the Count's obsession with breathers shows no sign of stopping. The latest in a long line is a certain Miss Macaulay. Will the Count ever learn? I fear not.
Renfield, take a letter. To Scarlet Corpuscle, Agonyard.
Not again.
Vampire Tides. Dear Scarlet, I have a problem. I have feelings for a breather, and she's seemingly immune to my affection.
Immune to my infections.
What a curse it is to be held hostage by passions this intense.
By a possum in a tent.
How to win her currently beating heart. I've tried everything.
With a little help from me.
Flowers, chocolates.
Not just any chocolates either. A delicious selection box of anchovy and frog-eye squidgems made by my fair hand.
I utilize the power of the written word.
I'm watching you. I'm mad. I'm coming for you.
Oh, pure poetry. It's a mystery to me, Master, how she resisted for so long. I mean, you put out all the stops. With my assistance, of course.
Someone at this school has started a hate campaign against me. I've received things. A dead rose, a threatening letter, chocolates covered in slime. I'll have to hold an assembly. Talk to the kids, write to the parents. I mean, I don't take any of this seriously myself, but there are rules to follow.
That may not be necessary.
Why not?
I know who sent you those things.
Do you? Who?
It was Renfield.
Renfield?
Yes, I'm afraid he's developed a bit of a crush on you. He said you were the most beautiful, captivating, alluring woman ever to have trod this earth.
He said that?
Well, in his own words, obviously.
Renfield? Of course. Who else would be insane enough to think anyone could possibly like all those disgusting things?
One bite, and we could be sharing immortality. But how to entice her to leave behind a world of pie charts and progress reports to wallow in a bloodbath of eternal chaos? All suggestions welcome, Count Dracula. Now deliver this as a matter of urgency, Renfield. I'll await for you in the hall for cobweb inspection. I fear you've been slacking, and I will not have this place looking like a show home.
He's not the only one who's driven wild by lonely longing, is he? Am I not a man? Do I not have blood coursing through my veins? More than he does at any rate. There have been near misses. Didn't you hear me, no strafing?
Why, hello. I'm a lady carpenter, and I happen to hear that you have a table that needs mending in these parts. May I come in?
Huh. What are my manners? Allow me. Oh, the elusive might-have-beens.
Any chance of a glass of water? I'm parched.
Sweet enchantment that could have been mine. It would be nice to have something all to myself for once.
It's a deplorable state of affairs. The tolerance of breathers in the Dracula household is shocking. The open pursuit of breather females, the employment of a breather manservant, a totally useless breather manservant. Even the black-hearted, evil-tongued daughter wasn't immune to the lure of a pulse beater. Happy birthday. A stance she nowadays tries to justify in her so-called self-help video vlog.
Tired of centuries of inequality? Fed up with the boys getting all the fun? What you need is Ingrid Dracula's self-help guide for the modern vampiress. Sisters, in our struggle for equality in the vampire world, we must use whatever weapons come to hand. And if that means exploiting the odd pathetic breather boy or two, I say go for it.
Listen to me, meat-face. Swear by all that is morbidly evil not to tell anyone about us on pain of a long and gruesome death.
You're very pretty.
Yes, I am.
Treat them mean. You shouldn't have. No, really. You shouldn't have. Then treat them even meaner. In short, make their every day a living, breathing hell.
Thank you, boys. Just down here will be fine. Not you, the bag. Go on, scram.
Of course, when it comes to totally ruining the lives of the opposite sex, I've had quite the role model to look up to. In the despicable shape of Magda, my mother.
Prepare to be dust, you two-timing traitor.
Eat garlic, you pathetic toad.
She's self-obsessed.
Your skin is too pink.
She's two-faced.
Your fangs are too short.
You're so fat. We could carpet the castle with one of your enormous dresses.
Yes, and we could sandblast the stonework with a whiff of your wormy soil breath.
I hate you.
I hate you more.
She's a devious, manipulative witch. But those aren't her only fabulous qualities. She knows how to twist men around her evil little finger, too.
I haven't felt this undead for ages.
Yep. When it comes to getting boys to fall gibbering at your feet, I've been taught by quite an expert.
Hi, boys.
What have we done?
Nothing. I've just been thinking. Maybe I will go to the disco with one of you.
Really? Who?
Depends who wants it the most. Right now, I've got a pile of ironing that needs doing. The iron's in the kitchen.
But while most breather boys are spineless losers not worth blunting your fangs on, that's not always true. On very rare occasions, you might find one who's different, and then keeping everything under control becomes harder.
Safe, Ingrid?
No one is safe.
No one makes me look... For a start, if you fancy a breather boy, your vampiric powers of hypnotism are suddenly useless.
Ingrid, are you all right?
It can be a bit of a shock to the system.
Whoa. What just happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened, all right?
This is the bit where it can get tricky. Handsome young breather boy, nice hair, bright eyes, and 8 pints of fresh blood pulsing through his veins.
Will!
It's okay, I'll do.
I don't want to look.
It's only a drop of blood.
You don't understand. You have to leave.
Who would have thought you'd be squeamish about a tiny drop of...
Go! Now!
You can guess the rest. There's something you should know about me. I'm a vampire.
Okay.
No, really, I am a vampire.
I believe you.
Where are you going?
As far away from you as I can get!
I bit Will. He became a vampire. And for one brief moment, I really thought I might be happy. But all it took was one trigger-happy slayer to put an end to all that. Poor Will thought he was indestructible, but he wasn't. Losing Will made me mad. Not literally mad, although actually...
Watch me as I avenge Will's death. and make the streets of Stokely run red with blood.
Okay, so I went on a blood-crazed rampage through the streets of Stokely, betrayed my family and left my brother for dead. But I was upset.
So that's where cozying up and using a breather as a blanket gets you. To sum up, the modern world is a perilous place for the vampires. Ingrid fell in with a breather who became a half-fang and then became a pile of ash. Then she lost her mind and tried to wipe out half of Stokely and her entire family. This is yet another example of why vampires and breathers aren't a good combination, something the Count should know by now. There is no place for romantic attachments with breathers, especially in the case of 600-year-olds who quite frankly should be long enough in the fang to know better. Breathers are clingy, sentimental and needy creatures. And as far as Bertrand du Fortenacer is concerned, the Dracula family would be better off without the lot of them. No exceptions.
So, the Manservant Times Quarterly for the attention of Cringe Morlocky, Agony Uncle.
Dear Cringe, my name is Renfield. I am the manservant of a professional gentleman who specialises in night work.
I need your advice. I'm looking for a female breather. No, that's not it. No. I'm looking for a lovely lady to enjoy the more horrible things in life with.
My busy schedule makes finding such a creature difficult. Away from my 22-hour working day, my hobbies include needlework, leech shredding and experimental cuisine.
Nice bit of rat in cockroach sauce.
I dream of sharing friendship, bad times and nice frocks. Oh, a love of music would be a bonus. A poor sense of smell is essential.
I await your reply with sweaty palm expectation. Yours, etc., etc. Renfield.
Renfield! The wolf hair bunging up this plug hole isn't going to unblock itself.
One day, Mon Brave. One day.